evening, wherever you are. Hello, 皆さん、Mikazuki Renge, Ohayo, konnichiwa, so konbanwa, minna, Mikazuki Renge と申します。Yeah, patch 7.5 is out. Now, one might be wondering, I did make the statement previously that I was like, yeah, you might not see as many frequent streams from me for a bit just cause. And then, you know, I did that one stream, tuned into FanFest, live streams, watched FanFest, got really hyped, and I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna come back, stream more often, but I'm strictly gonna try to stream more Final Fantasy XIV. Cause, yeah, all the excitement and announcements that came out during FanFest got me hyped up for the game again. Just simply put. And so therefore, you will likely see me streaming. If I had to stream as often as well, not have to, but if I'm going to be streaming as often as I previously said I would, then more likely than not, it will be me streaming Final Fantasy XIV. I will occasionally try to weave in another game, but yeah, I wanna catch up on some things because I completely forgot. Not forgot, but I haven't been playing the game for quite a while just because other stuff, other priorities, other interests got my attention. So we are now coming back, and we're gonna start that off by doing today's daily clock spot. It's extreme, so I don't expect a super high amount of difficulty. Let me just make sure everything is okay here. PCs and dying the stream. Okay, we aren't lagging, are we? Okay, think everything is all good-ish. All right, let's now proceed with today's clock spot puzzle. I did it. I'm pretty sure I did yesterday's. I gotta check again. But I'm quite sure I did yesterday's. So we will do today's clock spot. All right, let's go. Let's show. Oh, okay. This is them introducing the whole order of operations portion, which has been very helpful when it comes to there being multiple mechanics that take place or things that happen in a certain sequential order before mechanics resolve. So, mechanics resolve in a fixed order. You can tap or hover over any step in the order of operations timeline to visualize the arena at that point in time. Got it. Okay. What is it this time? Okay. Frick, it's the bugs. Alright. The monk is getting a flank position. So this is all hinging on where I position the tank, and the main tank in this case will be warrior. Not soon after though. Not by next, probably like start of next year. I'm sorry for all warrior mains, truly. Okay. Players across from me is a physical range DPS. We only have one that follows that order, so that's gonna be Machinist. We can lock that in. Both of my neighbors give me raid buffs. Which ones give raid buffs? In this case, we have Monk. We have Monk, Picto, and Scholar. Okay, and all lads must take damage. Okay. The player 3 counterclockwise from me. Okay, that would be where the sage is currently at. Has a pet summon. And that can be, so it can't be Machinist because Machinist is their only physical range, so we already locked that into there. So it can either only be Dark Knight or Scholar. The player 3 clockwise for me has an AoE dot. And in this case, it can only be Scholar, Black Mage, and Sage. Neither of my neighbors have an auto crit ability. Okay, so neither of them have an auto crit, and so that means it cannot be Picto and it cannot the scholar. So I feel like we're gonna need to pull these over here to degree. Let me just move those now. Both of my neighbors give a raid debuff. The player across from me is a raid. The player 3 clockwise from me has an AoE dot. Okay, yeah, so I think it makes sense to keep Black Mage there. All ads must take damage, which is happening. Player counter pet summon. Both of my neighbors give raid buffs. Players with a red bug must be adjacent to 2 blue bugs. Okay, so that means players with a red bug, you need to be adjacent to 2 blue bugs. Okay, so in like this manner, and then I think I can just move this down. Oh wait, no, I can't move that down here. Wait, this is highly dependent on where I move the freaking. Okay, no, I can lock this here for 100% sure, but I cannot be 100% certain that the warrior will be in this position. Okay, so it can't be in this position, it can't be in this position. Let's narrow it down now. Both my neighbors give raid buffs. So it can't be in this position automatically. I think I'm just gonna put that here. Okay, so damage, tank buster, hello world. Okay, yeah, that's the bug stuff. There across from me is a physical range DPS. If I switch this over to here, raid debuff. Pigtail cannot go over here. Okay, which one's a blue one that can probably go over here? Neither of my neighbors has an auto crit ability. So we have 1, 2, 3, but we have the 4 bugs exactly. I'm just trying to figure out the position for the bugs first, because I think that might be key first. Okay, the player counterclockwise from me has a pet. Which one would fall in line with this? Okay, let's put that there. Both of my neighbors gave raid debuffs. Neither of my neighbors have an auto crit ability. Neither of my neighbors have an auto crit ability, so it cannot be ninja. It cannot. I done screwed up somewhere. Hold. Oh, there we go. We did it! And that took like 7 minutes? Yay! Okay. Also, let me lower my volume just in case I'm a little bit too loud for you guys. But yay, we did it! Yippee! All right. That was today's clock spot. Not too bad. Did get a little bit of a fussle there, a confusion. Just wanted to make sure I had everything down here, because I was right to prioritize the bugs first, because that would auto allocate everything else, and then yeah, that would make sense there. And you wanted to add that both of my neighbors get Brady debuffs. Yes, that's true. All ads must take damage, which did happen. Players with the red bug, yeah. And pet summon. The monk is getting a flank position. I forgot about the monk being in a definite flank position. Oof, that was the one thing I forgot to consider. But hey, all's well that ends well. All right. Okay, let's now move on over to Final Fantasy XIV and get going with this MSQ. Let me see here. Yeah, okay. Let's move over. Actually, wait, hold up just a minute. Yippee. Okay. Alright, let's get the show on the road. It's been a bit, so apologies if I once again forget my rotation. Also, once again, please let me know if either the music or the game sounds are overpowering me, or vice versa, and I will try my best to fix that. I'm not going in the right direction. Where am I supposed to go? Ah, right, back to solution 9. Wow. I really want to do the extreme. The extreme kind of blind, but at the same time, it's like I'm not geared up. I thought I initially did. No, I'm like, I level 764. Deadass. I gotta grind. Not the right button. Not the right button. Hoi! Hoi! It's been too long. I apologize. It's been too long. I haven't done this in like months, unfortunately. Okay. Wait. It's okay. Last time I did this, I was scrounging around in the occult crescent. I was literally blanking on the name of it and was it adult crescent? No, a cult. Okay. What? Okay, so we gotta talk to Trial and Gratia. Warm, fare thee well as can ease the single parting as we come to terms with an absence not soon forgotten. Tell those who hold dear what they've meant to us, and to wish them the best. We should seize the chance whensoever we can. Okay. In fate's footsteps, let us proceed. This is not new music, right? It's been a long time since I heard any whimsical sounding music like this in the game. All I've known was depression and angst. Let's lower this a little bit more. Okay. I trust you were able to get plenty of rest? Good. I thought we might make a moment to ponder our next steps. Perhaps reflect on our recent journey. I must admit my thoughts often drift to the Mist Continent and our stay in Treno. It was heartening to see Malala prosper despite the odds. My own flesh and blood strive in the 11-racked landscape. Spain was eager to restore diplomatic relations, and have no doubt that Alexandria will provide much-needed support for the neighbor. I too shall do everything I can to aid my home away from home, my wonderful, welcoming family included. For the time being, though, I'd say we've accomplished all within our power. I suppose that just leaves the matter of preservation's research. It is yet unclear how Calyx learned the techniques he used to summon his dark primal, and there is likewise much that remains unknown about the key. Let us hope that Shale's efforts bear more fruit. Can you hear me? Shale and I have been reviewing the decrypted files and have uncovered some intriguing details. Would you care to join us? Oh my god, you're Stoa! We'll be with you right away. Excellent. Shale seems rather eager to speak with you all. Come and find us in the Deutero lab when you're ready. Uncanny timing indeed. Let's make for the containment complex. I'm gonna miss this little mariachi band quest sound effect. But at the same time, with all that was introduced, including like the very Nordic themes I've been seeing with the concept art at FanFest, I'm like, there better be horns. I better hear the horns of Valhalla, the blasting into my ear as I make my way to Odin's throne. You know the most interesting theories I've seen? Because for the most part, at least job-wise, it seems like we've been... Well, Final Fantasy XIV has kept it contained so far, like, to job originals, which I very much had on my bingo card, but I was rather surprised that they were going ahead with, like, just having job originals, just because, in my head, since we've pretty much... I wouldn't say shafted, but rather utilized the rest of, like, any other remaining job within the context of Occult Crescent, there was only really so little else, unless they were going to go on the route of using the jobs that they already acclimated to, not acclimated, but like set aside for Occult Crescent, and use those as jobs for the next expansion. But Yoshi-P confirming that it was going to be 14 originals was like, oh my god, yes, absolutely. But yeah, I was rather surprised about that. But otherwise, some theories I've been seeing, and trust me, I think it just might be my bias for the 13 series, are the theories regarding how with that one aura, that elder aura male we were seeing in the trailer, in the icy winterlands, I might say, of the fourth. The theory I was seeing was regarding his shiny little eye, and I was just like, oh, what's the theory? And then they're like, oh yeah, Etro's eye. I'm like, Etro? The Eye of Etro? Final Fantasy 13 too? And it makes a little bit of sense, because that, at least from the games that I've played, which rather minimally has been restricted to just a little bit of 7 remake, 10, 13, 14, 15, and most of 16 already. This is the first of a while maybe that I've heard anything related to any Nordic mythology, and the only other one was, again, 13 too. Specifically 13 too, because that's when they brought in the whole thing to expand on 13 a little bit, and I was just like, oh, I do not want to go back to the days of having to be the subject of Etro's champion, please. My girl Lightning suffered enough. Heading for this containment complex, right this way. But yeah, I'm also rather very excited if that is going to be the implication. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket to hope, oh, this place got dappered and cleaned up. Or cleaned up. I don't know if it was cleaned up previously or wasn't. I'm just saying stuff. But I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket to hope that the central basis for the next expansion will be 13, but I'd be so hype if it was 13. Not gonna lie. Like, 13 was my first and absolute favorite Final Fantasy within the franchise, so I'd absolutely lose my shit if there was any implication or allusion to lightning, or I guess just lightning in general. Like, I like a lot of the other characters as well, but like any allusion to any of like the main cast line, Lissy, Falsies, because I think we kind of like low-key got rid of them. Those got nuked lore-wise after the conclusion of the main 13 storyline, and then moving on to 13.2, 13.3, we went into a whole separate thing that no longer required Falsi and Lissy to really be predominant beings within the universe anymore. At least as far as my experience goes with 13.2? Unless I'm wrong. It's been a long time since I finished 13.2, and speaking of which, I still need to finish 13 on stream. And I haven't played 13.3 at all yet, just because to be fair, I don't know if I've said it before, but I'm not too big of a fan of the whatchamacallit, the time stop mechanics. So I'm trying to see if I can muster up the motivation to do that, especially, but highly dependent if it really is that 13.2 will be the basis for the next expansion, Evercold. Okay. Moving on. MSQ. Let's go. Courtesy of Shale's decryption efforts, the previously inaccessible research objective section is now available for perusal. Personnel protocols. For security reasons, Containment Complex 1029 has been registered as a materials distribution center. Keep this in mind and conduct yourself accordingly, both inside and outside the facility. Each employee must perform their task within their designated workrooms, the Researcher's Commons, the Proto Lab, or the Duro Lab. Entrance into another workroom without official clearance is strictly prohibited. Carry a security card at all times. Your clearance level dictates the areas to which you have access. I don't know why I'm saying this in a British accent, but sure. The closest that I can actually mimic one. Equip your regulator at all times. Due to the highly confidential nature of the research materials and other data managed within this complex, preservation retains the ownership of and the rights to modify the memories of all registered personnel. So like severance. This is just severance. Okay. Research objectives. The primary research objective of Containment Complex 1029 is the indefinite preservation of the Endless. Continued improvements to soul cell and regulator functionality are intended to facilitate the Endless Fiend's management of living memory. It is via this process of iteration that we endeavor to identify and resolve any and all issues inherent in Endless creation. Chief among them known is our present inability to control the key. But if we fail to secure the reflections as additional sources of ether, our ultimate goal will remain forever out of reach. Leadership personnel. Complex Director, Demetrius. Proto Lab Chief, Use 4. Duro Lab Chief, Redacted, aka Calyx. Ooh, okay, let's go. I forgot, well, pretty much we already went through this facility in the second to last patch. So not much need to go through, but I kind of wanted to see what the data stuff comes out lore-wise. Did I read this before? Today I began my employment on preservation. The organization was unfamiliar to me, but when the recruitment letter arrived, I had a gut feeling that this work would be far more fulfilling than any orthodox medical practice. My instincts were correct. Master Calyx's philosophy is the refined ideal of notions I've only ever vaguely entertained, that mankind must evolve beyond the shackles of its flesh and blood existence. I had a meeting with Director Demetrius today. I've heard others praise his genius intellect, yet he seems but a guttering candle in comparison to Master Calyx's blinding brilliance. This morning I was permitted to access the top floor and observe the workings of living memory. As predicted, the shortage of ether required to sustain the Endless is reaching critical levels, yet Queen's Fee insists on continuing her ineffectual flailing. Our Malala colleagues, including the Protolab chief, have been behaving in a decidedly suspicious manner of late. Should I report my concerns to the director? From tomorrow, I have been assigned to assist with the research project in the Duro Lab. We are scheduled to conduct a major experiment, the details of which I have been kept ignorant. It would seem prudent to back up my memory data. I think I read this before, but just wanted to read it again. Yeah, so that will lead to the key. This is the person's. Is the locker open or was the locker cleared? Stupid puzzle game, I remember. Okay, cluttered side table. No, I'm good. I don't want to search that locker again. I know what's in that locker. I'm not about whatever was in that locker. Thank you very absolutely positively very much. Some people must keep thy secrets. Some secrets must not be known to others for the absolute ick that came along with that. Okay, we are here. Ooh, funny looking key. Totally not related to Azem. Woo. Given that all that data is stored within electrode devices, Shale's expertise has proven invaluable. Okay.
Ah, you're just in time for a progress report. The decryption is finally complete. As we suspected, the data represents a partial record of Preservation's research documents.
Wait, as we split, the data represents a partial record of Preservation's research documents.
A quick scan of the files, however, failed to turn up the information Y'shtola was after.
Indeed. No mention of the Ascians, or primal summoning techniques for that matter. While Calyx doubtless received instruction from someone possessed of such knowledge, there was naught to identify this benevolent mentor. I am, however, pleased to say that we found several reports concerning the key.
Ooh.
We know the key is used to open paths between worlds, and was a treasured relic of the Minala.
Ooh, Azem's ghost be upon ye. Ooh. I am like 100%. The sigil, it's there. It's there.
And just as the Milala were unable to return after reaching the Mist Continent, so too was Preservation unable to gain a mastery of the prize which had passed into their possession. The data suggests that a particular formula or procedure is required. A process which Calyx appears to have understood to some degree.
Go, my funny piece of candy that the Emmett Selk gave me.
Yet the key proved fickle. Perfectly replicating conditions was no guarantee of success. And even when they did manage to generate a modest portal, the destination was never the one they expected. The reports practically screamed their frustration, describing the experience as being dragged around by a traveler picking roads without rhyme or reason. Serves them right, I say.
That's my Azem! Said, fuck it, we ball. Like, GPS, I don't need that shit. I'll just go wherever fuck all my fucking rock candy takes me.
After much trial and error, Preservation began to experiment with external actuation devices for the key. Striving to maintain a stable pathway to a chosen location, they conceived of the technology that forms the gate to the Golden City.
So, their tribulations ultimately afforded them control of the key, albeit in a limited capacity, which, of course, explains why they were able to instruct Zoraljah in its use, thus enabling the unprecedented feat of transferring Everkeep and its environs to the Source. After the Endless Fiend took the key unto herself, she opened pathways to other reflections in her hunt for ether, did she not?
The Milala merely used it to facilitate their exodus. To think what the key has now wrought in different hands.
Wait, I'm trying to remember. Did she actually travel to different reflections? I mean, it's implicated by Calyx that reflections do exist, I think, within the context and scope of his own knowledge, but at least within the context of preservation as a whole, an organization, and even the Alexandrian government, were they able to ever successfully travel to another shard outside of just the Source? Or are they referring in this case to the travel to the Source in this scenario?
For all we know, the actuation device augmented the key's power beyond its intended scope. Were your goal to plunder whole worlds of their ether, a tool designed to simply transfer people would likely be insufficient.
Shale, I don't suppose you would be able to remove the actuation device.
So the actuation device is the trophy-looking, the Holy Grail-looking thing. Ah, so that's how they... Okay, so the actual key itself is the winky-winky crystal.
The machine made for that very purpose is still functional, thankfully. It shouldn't be a problem.
What do you think? We don't even know how the key works. If the device is somehow interfering or amplifying its capabilities, I believe we ought to remove it.
It's what a Zen would want. It's what a Zen would do.
Give me a moment.
Honestly, before all this, I should have changed my glamour. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I'm just in my raw, like, gear. AD/Emmett's really led us back to one of Zem's funny little keys and funny little toys.
My word.
What are you seeing, Y'shtola? Y'shtola!
Y'shtola?
Y'shtola, what was that? What kind of... what Big Bang Theory were you looking at?
This is the first time I've beheld the key in all its unobscured glory. The sheer density is extraordinary. 'Tis akin to the structures we saw beneath the Tempest.
Now that you mention it, the ornamentation is reminiscent of Amarot.
Have you noticed anything since the key has been in your possession?
I don't know, Crow. There's just this melody that plays in my ear every time I look at it architecturally, and I cry inside, but you know, that's just me.
You're suggesting the key has some connection with Asm.
That sounds like my asm, yes.
A plausible theory, although one we are yet unequipped to prove.
My apologies. Hello? Yes, this is Cryo speaking. That was Ojika with a message for us.
An urgent matter?
I'm not altogether sure.
What's the form?
Tataru requires our counsel, and hoped to call upon us in person at the Baldessian Annex.
Tataru, take me over there,
Though
Cryo.
disappointed we were not present, she appeared content to wait until our travels brought us back to Sharlayan, insisting that it did not merit our immediate summons.
Now, whatever Tataru needs, I'll be there in a snap and a flash. Just tell me where, tell me when, tell me the time, location. I'll be there.
Her tone suggested otherwise, however, and Ojika felt compelled to contact us directly.
Mayhap the time has come for another journey across the salt.
But not the journey that I thought of. We are not going anywhere near Mericidia.
You'd best go. Though I'll not deny that I'll be sad to see you leave.
Oh, Shale. I can't even begin to thank you for all you've done. We will be forever indebted to you and your Oblivion colleagues.
The debt is ours. We'll never forget the sacrifices you've made for us, for Alexandria. In the meantime, I shall keep sifting through the data. You'll hear as soon as I find anything of note.
Actually, I should like to stay here a little longer, if you don't mind.
Okay, Y'shtola.
You are most
understand.
welcome.
And might I borrow the key for a while? I wish to study it further. With the utmost care, I assure you.
Well then, shall we be off?
Just don't
Ojika
go
will be
o-
expecting us.
Just don't go opening the weird winky portals. Just checking a couple of things. Okay, cool. All right, time to make our way to. You know what? I won't say it yet. I will. I've been abusing the word a little bit too much. We'll wait until the right moment to speak it into existence. Trail to the heavens. I can't. Sorry, guys. I couldn't move in time. I was blocking the way. Okay, trail to the heavens, let's go. And Fate's footsteps. My colleagues will be just as saddened by your departure. Until we meet again, safe journeys. Given that preservation could not unlock the secret of the key, it should come as no surprise that we too struggle to understand its nature. In any event, do give Tataru my regards when you see her. I ought to mention that we also uncovered information unrelated to the key. According to Shale, certain confidential reports are now accessible via devices in the researcher's comments in the director's office. You might wish to peruse the files before you depart for Sharlayan. You know, I didn't think about that. I'm not gonna look into the locker. But I did not take a look at the messy desk like that. Let me look at the director's office iPad again. Take a looky, what's in the data tablet? Memory duplication. General daily report. Nothing of note. The mystery of the key's activation condition remains unsolved. The key triggered an explosion today. Temporary interdimensional portal verified. Continue attempts to stabilize the core's energy reactions. 13 researchers sustained fatal injuries in the explosion. Memory faculties of 4 personnel sufficiently intact for endless conversion. Remaining 9 designated for ether reclamation processing. Nothing of note. Rejected resignations of 2 Malala researchers. Major incident. Details in full report. Draft document. Those 2 inept Malala broke with preservation and absconded with the key. Though the fugitives have since been caught and eliminated, we were too late to recover the relic. The only reason we retained our flesh was to serve Master Calyx and as physical instruments to conduct his experiments. Deprived of the object of our research, our existence serves no further purpose. I dare not imagine the depths of his disappointment in me. The complex is to be shut down. All personnel will have their bodies reduced to ether, which will be allocated for further experimentation. Memory data will be archived. Any endless conversions will be subject to Master Calyx's discretion. If he does not deem us fit, then we are not deserving of eternal life. Shutdown protocols. All personnel have undergone processing. Once the shutdown protocols have been completed, I will proceed with my own corporeal dissolution. As long as the key remains in the physical world, we must keep this complex in pristine condition. Whether it be needed for experiments or otherwise, it must be ready to support future operations in whatever capacity Master Calyx requires. To that end, facility equipment will be maintained in stasis mode. Furthermore, a critical component for secure room access will be stored separately to defend against unauthorized entry. Memory duplication. It is well known that the Alexandrian royal family promulgated a number of fundamental principles governing endless research. Among these was the strict prohibition of memory duplication. However, in the wake of the storm surge, the provisional government sought to revise this prohibition and make one key exception: Queen's Fee. The decision was ultimately made to equip her endless counterpart with the Tiara variant regulator, thereby enabling the routine backup of her memories. Intriguingly, it was Master Calyx who objected most strenuously to this proposal. It was his assertion that one's corporeal form, whether flesh and blood or endless construct, is nothing more than a vessel, and that as a vessel it is to be modified and experimented upon such circumstances require it. Memory, however, was sacrosanct and inviolable, the very essence of life and personhood. When Master Calyx eventually acquiesced to the provisional government's request, a number of this facility's personnel duplicated the memories to verify the efficacy of the technology. Yet Master Calyx refused to even entertain the notion. To this day, he has avoided creating even a single backup of his own memories, a resolution which I myself have chosen to emulate. Okay. More backstory on Calyx and his questionable ethics and morals, to put it simplistically. Alright, it's back to Charlia. Oh, Charlie. I had to take a minute to remember where where I needed to go. Oh, Charlie, I missed ya. Oh dear, it occurs to me that I neglected to bring gifts from Tyrol. Considering the extra work they've had to handle in my absence, I dare say I owe them a veritable amount of snacks, at the very least. Trial. I thought best to hear what Ojika has to say ere we meet with Tataru. I do hope she's well. Welcome back, and what a pleasure it is to see you too, Ren. Thank you for contacting us, Ojika. We came as soon as we could. Of course, it felt prudent given how troubled Tataru was. Your concern is much appreciated. As it so happens, we have reached a convenient juncture in our investigation. Trail and Yashtola have matters well in hand, leaving us free to make this trip. That's a relief to hear. Now let me fetch Tataru for you. Why don't you take a moment to relax in the main hall? I'm sure you're all still fatigued from your journey. I should glamour up while I'm here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. Glamour plate. Let me put on my princely attire. Wait. But I can also just put this on too. Does it look nice? Main hall entrance. Tataru! Tataru! Oh, she's not here. Only now is it beginning to feel like we've actually returned. Such fond memories within these four walls. Given how frequently Tataru is away on business these days, it's a small miracle we're in the same place at the same time.
Planning your next journey?
Oh no, just reminiscing. Thinking back to when you bought this map, and how you all encouraged me to make the voyage to Tural.
Are you glad you did?
As if you need ask.
Welcome back!
Tataru! Wonderful to see you again, Tataru!
I'm so glad you're here.
Ojika contacted us. He intimated that you were rather concerned. Come to think of it, Alphino said he and Alize would pay you a visit upon their return. Have you not seen them?
Oh no, they were here. I was regaled with many a tale of your Turali adventures. It was only once they departed for Garlemord that the rumors came to my attention. Rather alarmingly, void-sent sightings seem to be on the rise across the star.
I thought we solved the voice end problem! What happened?
I was reluctant to bother you with mere hearsay, especially when you had more pressing matters to contend with. But earlier I received a confidential report from the Grand Company of Eorzea. It's as if a mighty dam has been breached, flooding the land with foul creatures. For a blessing, most nations have managed to keep the invaders in check, and casualties appear to be minimal thus far. Though the same cannot be said for those regions with a deeper connection to the void. Their fissures continue to manifest without end, putting countless innocents in danger.
A deeper connection to the void. Garlemald is the home of the Reapers, is it not?
It is. Alphino and Alize were there when the trouble began, and have since sent word that the situation has taken a dreadful turn.
Whoopity-doo. short while earlier in Tertia.
Thus concludes the abridged account of our time in Taral. Now I shall leave you with the words of the late Dawn servant, Galul Jajar. Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship. A notion that rings true for Eorzeans no less than it does for the diverse peoples of Tuliolal.
And for Garleans as well. Even sharing something as simple as a local dish can pave avenues of understanding. It's up to all of us to forge new bonds, together.
I feel like at some point we're gonna be commissioned for some Garlean restoration. These people have been living in the subway for way too long.
For sharing your tale. Better they hear it firsthand than endure my clumsy retelling. Your words give me hope that we might achieve something similar here in Garlemald.
We all have the capacity to affect change. Our time in Taral taught us that much. And now that we've returned, it's time we rolled up our sleeves and got back to work.
I've already sent missives to the other nations, informing them of our Alexandrian friends. I also intend to notify the Garlean community officially. If both sides are amenable to the proposition, we shall gladly assist in establishing diplomatic relations with Alexandria and Tuliolal.
Thank you.
Euless is just like, I thought I sent you guys on vacation. What happened?
But are you sure you've recovered from your journey? It sounded like you've hardly had time to catch your breath.
Sir!
Lapis Manalis is overrun with void scent. We've sustained heavy civilian casualties.
What?
Sochium Squadron reporting in. We're under attack. Void scent appeared out of nowhere and ambushed us during a routine inspection. Damn it. Is that another Fisher? No, no, no! Ah!
My comrades are under attack. We have to do something.
We're getting back into the
There's
horror.
no time to lose! Come on!
We're getting back onto the horror game aspect of this entire series, like it wasn't Shadowbringers. Like, oh, that's
The Garlean community is ill-equipped to defend themselves against such a threat. Even with the aid of the twins and the Ilzabard contingent, they face daunting odds.
We shall leave for Garlemald immediately.
Thank you. I was able to contact Thancred and Urianger too. They're already on their way. With any luck, you'll be able to rendezvous with them on arrival.
I might need to re-equip because I think I'm dressed, well, all my stuff is dressed a little lightly for the occasion. No. I forgot what the thing was to... Oh. Ooh, okay. What up, chat? Gotta look this up. I'm like, ooh, I forgot how to... I'm just trying to check my shoes! You know what? Screw it. I think I look okay. If I get ice in my shoes, I get ice in my shoes. I don't believe we've seen Thancred and Renge since our battle with the Endless Fate, have we? They too must have returned here at some point. Clearly we made the right decision to come to Sharlayan, though I ideally wish the circumstances of our return were not so grave. I've been told Alphino and Alize have withdrawn to Tertium to request aid on the front lines. They seemed intent on rejoining the battle once reinforcements were ready, but I shall tell them to wait until you arrive. Give me two. I want two. How's my inventory looking? I'm so scared. I haven't touched this in like forever. That's a lot of stuff I have in there. Okay, that's fine. This is fine. I'll clean it up later. Two worlds entwined. And just like that, we find ourselves faced with another emergency. Fortunately, there is yet time for us to make a difference. Let us make haste for Tertium. Oh wait, hold on, Tataru, any final words before I go play hero? Sorry to send you packing so soon after your homecoming, but Golemo desperately needs your aid. Alright, whatever you say, Tataru. To Garlemald. Oh yeah, I have the dancing green minion. I forgot about that. That was not it. Ah, that's what it was. Okay, I was trying to figure out what button it was. I was like, oh, how do I turn off the HUD? Sorry, I had to take a moment because it's been so long since I've been at Old Charlie and low renditions get to me, guys. Okay. I didn't mean to hit that. Okay. More sword and void set. I suppose I really ought to get out here and help my comrades. Oh, the gang's all here. Hello, Renge. Well met, my friend. Now let us hearken into Alphino's words. Thancred. It's been far too long, Ren. Oh, that's thank you for coming at such short notice. I'm glad you're here. Ah, Ren, you made it in time.
You picked a frosty spot for a reunion.
Tataru sent word that you were coming. Full glad am I to see you all. Though I'm afraid this is no time for pleasantries. Planar fissures have opened up across Garlemald, inundating the region with void scent. As far as we can ascertain, there are two focal points of their assault. The Ilzabard contingent are combating the threat in Lapis Manalis. Although they have suffered casualties, they appear to have the upper hand.
As well they should. The many talented Uldan thaumaturges among them should be more than capable of closing any fissures they encounter.
Which leaves the second focal point, the Clutium. Eulus and the Garlean community are attempting to mount a counterattack, but are struggling to cope with the sheer number of Voidsent.
It's called the Cludium. Guys, I've been saying it wrong. I've been saying it wrong this entire time. The Oh. Okay. That's just me.
They've fallen back to the north of the Imperial Palace. Can you lend your aid in securing the area?
With your blessing, I would tend to the wounded returning from battle.
Of course, Cryo. Thank you. The quickest route from here to the front is via the train tracks. Once we arrive, we can support the Garlean forces as we make for the fissure in the munitions factory.
Well, sounds like we gotta dive into I don't wanna call we can finally get into the clit or the clute. I don't know anymore. I can't say it with my full chest because I don't know what it is anymore. Okay, that's fine. Let's just go with an NPC part because I like hearing the dialogue from others in the party. Yeah, we keep it this way. Ooh, let's not hope. Well, let's hope I did not forget my buttons that badly. Where are these coming from? I thought we closed the gates. Okay. Before I go on a tangent, where is my... What are my hotkeys? Control settings? No. Hotbar settings. Not it either. Oh joy. It's my keybinds. There we go. What did I... Okay. Hotbar. What were my controls for those again? I know those. Okay. Okay, now I remember. I remember. I totally went in there. The shopping district. Via bars. I just remember I'm running this with NPCs. I don't know if this is wise.
You're a sight for sore eyes. Appreciate the help. We'll handle things from here. Take care of the Fisher.
Okay. Oh, that's a one-eyed something wing-eyed thingy that took over a scorpion. Here we go. The world is forfeit. What? Eyes on me. Is that the mechanic? All shall be turned to stone. There are tells and I'm not seeing the tells.
You'll
not escape this!
No, wait, that camera's moving. Okay, okay, I get it. There we go. Okay, one more to the okay, flute. How to put a baby? Alright, you can get gear off here. I wonder if it's decent to get gear, because I might farm this dungeon for higher level gear. Oh wait, no, I can do vanity. I still need to do vanity. It's on fire! Lovely. Okay. Still all the way back there. Understood.
My May?
Man, it's just like that first dungeon in Shadowbringers all over again. I forget what that dungeon is called. I just know at some point, it was either one or two were village named. Is that what the village is? Go! I think we found it. It's called the Chort. Okay. Around. Oh no! Tower. Oh, it's sequential. Just barely, just barely. Ooh, I missed that one. I can read this. I can read it. Read. Okay. None of these are things I need. And oh my god, I just realized how much I'm putting inside. I don't have any space in my closet. In my armory. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna need the gonna eat, even though I don't really need to eat. Scrap. There's a wind tunnel. Materia, okay. What is that?
I may. We mustn't hold back.
Wasn't paying attention, was trying to reach the tooltips too much. Oh, you speak! Okay, that's a... Are there gonna be... Oh, wait. Okay, those are I'm in the wrong space. What's the wrong time? I'm panicking. I'm pressing. I need to move. I need to move. I need to move. They move. Oh, okay. Butters. Ah. Oh, no. I kind of get where the toes on this one. Longer smiley happy now. I'm serious. Our vacation is over, guys. Okay, I got the mouth this part. That. Okay. Pants? Pants? I needed pants. Okay.
think that's all of them.
We need but seal the fissure to prevent further ingress.
It's over. I can only imagine the extent of the damage were it not for your aid. On behalf of the Garlean community, I thank you for all you've done for my people, for my home.
I shall close the fissure post-haste.
Wait! If you do that, I will be trapped here.
You risked your life in vanquishing the creature. Would you at least let me bear the burden of deciding its fate? You want to go back? To the void? Your kind have entered this realm before. Some seeking death that they might rejoin the life stream. But you would choose that dark, deathless place?
The Renge is fresh and pure, untouched by darkness. Perhaps it won't be a blessing to meet my end in such a place. But I cannot yet bear to part with the void. If only the winds would blow there, as they do here. I long to return. See my home unsullied, as it once was.
We know that pain all too well. If that is your wish, you must forsake this aggression. Go back to the void and devote yourself to its restoration. I have a friend, Zero, who hails from your home. She and her companions strive to bring light into the void from another world blighted with imbalance. I hear their efforts have already met with some success. One day, they'll drive the darkness from the void, I'm sure of it.
His form is imbued with the will of all those I consumed. We shall return to our world and seek out this Zero. Then we shall see if there is truth in your words.
She won't disappoint you. That much I guarantee.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Wow, let's go. Hello, thank you for the follow.
Bravo! I think Zero will approve.
Oh,
Indeed, that was truly heartening to see.
Unexpected, but truly.
Understanding begets fellowship, right? I thought I might lead by example.
Well then, shall we head back?
Nothing much. We're just going through MSQ, and then hopefully I'm going to try to, if there's time, probably get through the Alliance raid, because I haven't done any of the Alliance raid. Well, I've done part 1, but that's all I did. I have not done the second part when it came out, and I know the third one with Shantoto just came out with this patch too. I gotta yeah, I want to try to get like gear to sum up to like eye level 770 at the very minimum for my what is it called? For my paladin, because then I want to try extreme, kind of like a blind run through extreme, but I don't know how long that's gonna take because I'm like 764 now. Now we have that. Yep, okay. Okay, get coffee. That boy is coming a long way. All credit to Zero for nudging him in the right direction. Day's been going okay. Not too much. I was just excited for the patch to finally come out, so I was just like, yeah, let's do that. Did some clock spot earlier, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Avoid to attack in such numbers just as we were finding our feet. I don't imagine the consequences had you not provided such timely aid. On behalf of my comrades, thank you all. Okay, yeah. Please don't fill up my inventory. please just be a material I already have. Oh, thank God I already have it. Okay. Thancred. Something weighs heavy on Thancred's mind.
The Ilzabard contingent have contained the threat on their front. Things appear to be under control for the time being. Though it remains unclear why the fissures opened up in the first place. According to Tataru, similar ruptures are occurring across the star.
One thing is clear, however. The phenomenon is not without pattern. The tendency for fissures to emerge is pronounced in regions deeply connected to the void. Places where the barrier between the two worlds is at its thinnest.
I fear there may be a place in far greater peril than Garlemald.
Oh no! The moon!
Though it hath since been sealed, you will recall there is a great void gate that we ourselves had cause to open. A gate which was instrumental in our bid to reunite Vritra with his sister and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
Oh gods. The moon.
Oh no, the Watcher! Oh no, the Loporits!
With our attention fixed upon planar fissures, I failed to consider this vulnerability. All other paths unto the void are but pinpricks in the veil compared to that great lunar rift. And that rift might be yawning open as we speak. We'd better hurry.
Whoa! Oh, wait,
let us make for Bestway's burrow. I dare say the Loporits are well aware of current events.
We ought to have Kryl join us once she finishes tending to the wounded.
We're
I
gonna
shall likewise contact Y'shtola. Her knowledge of the moon's void gate is second to none.
we're gonna have dialogue with Halmarut as per the trailer.
Alphino, Alize, please do what you must to keep our world safe.
We'll be back before you know it.
A quick word, if you will. I'm not sure whether you'll run into Zero during the course of all this, but if you do, would you give this to her?
More bread.
Emergency rations, in case of a protracted battle. Can't imagine she's eating all that well in the void. She likes dumplings.
What was that gesture, Julius? You got something to say? Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I'll get her your dumplings. Oh, not this music. We're already on the move. Oh, things are in disarray.
We're doomed! Doomed, I say!
Given thy panicked state, I presume the Loporrits too are beset with void scent.
Oh, what sweet relief it is to see you all! Yes, void scent. And lots of them. They suddenly came pouring forth from the crater.
I had dearly hoped to find my worries unfounded.
For some unknown reason, the void gate seems to have partially opened. Living Ray dashed off to activate the brands and halt the Fiend's invasion, but she hasn't come back, and we've since lost contact.
Living Way, my favorite little Loporrit.
I suggest we make for the brands without delay.
Good plan, good plan, good plan. Let's go, let's go. My funny little wabbit. No! Okay. Oh yeah, here we are. Okay. Yeah, more pressing matters ahead. I know. I didn't realize there was more that was gonna pop up. Ah. My valiant savior, I was so frightened I did not move an inch. Oh, you only put it away. I think I saw her face towards the drowning ground. We have several slaughter boats too, but I worry they won't be enough for all the boys in. You better hurry. What are these? What are these, Hujima Watsits? No. Dev team, you're just creating Eldritch horrors and putting them as mob monsters out here in the overworld, like. I just wanted Moonrock people like this. But no. Oh my god, Living Wave. My favorite bum bun.
was never in any real danger, of course. I knew you would realize our plight and rush to our rescue.
Okay, okay.
Etheris is likewise plagued with void scent. If only we'd prioritized further development of the void scent slaughter bots, we could have stemmed the tide ourselves. Oh, what a tremendous demonstration that would have been. Irrefutable proof that I was mankind's staunchest of its own accord, or some gargantuan monstrosity tries to barge through. I don't foresee any major problems.
Please don't jinx it. Jinxed it. She jinxed it.
Oh, nope. We're doomed.
There you are.
Oh my god, Graham, my boy. Yestola, my queen.
I left the data in Shale's capable hands and teleported here as soon as I heard. And ere you ask, I made sure to bring the key with me.
You brought the key with you? Okay, that could be either a good or bad thing. So you know what? Good 50-50 foresight on that matter, Yestola.
Then the real threat yet awaits us.
Back to
Gorbez's domain beyond the Void Gate.
Back to the 13th.
I wonder how he and Zero are faring.
Oh my god, I forgot my wibbly wobbly water boy is there. Azam? Azam?
By the 12.
Is that you speaking to me from the void? Azam? Do 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 do. Behold the gift of ethos. Yours is a journey without end. Azam, what? Oh boy, another circle in the I don't know if we should be walking up to that light. This has very different types of implications. I'm I'm not ready yet. What's happening? Azam! Azam! Also, it's been so long that I got shivers hearing the wargly voices of like the ancients. Oh my god. wife!
What are you doing here?
I can ask the same question. Literally, I should ask the same question because I don't know either. Azim's freaky toys and shit, man. I don't know. That visit felt long overdue.
Only you could be so carefree amidst all this. May as well make yourself useful. The gate's sheer size appears to have made it a tempting target.
Are we about to hit up an instance? Who are you?
Enuo, a dread void scent risen from the benighted depths of the ocean.
Enuo?
They kept to the confines of their domain while Zeromus endured. No longer, it would seem. And once they had discovered a path to the Red Moon, they wasted no time in making the journey.
Leave the void scent nearby to us. You take care of Enuo.
I guess I'm heading into a trial already.
Facing this many foes calls for a more familiar approach.
Zero, what does that mean? Zero, wait. You know what he needs to say. Job change Zero! Ah!
Void scent can change their form at will. Both light and darkness are mine to wield.
Oh my god, the music! Oh my god, the Endwalker music. Wife! Wife!
Besides, what better to purge darkness from the void than darkness itself?
Alright, you funky sorcerer. Let's dance!
Who dares face me? A mere mortal. Hast thou come in search of power? Renown? I fight to end this world without end. All who stand before me shall fall.
What's with this 8-bit intro? Wait. Okay, I'm vibing with this. Wait. The unmaking. Now accessible. Oh, please let me at the correct eye level to do this. I hope it's like 760. Yes, 760. 760. 755 actually. Okay, that's actually okay. I need 770 to do extreme though. Alright. Oh, let's rumble. We just need one healer, please. Yay! Okay, this is Circular Arena. Sovereign of Nod and the world.
All who dare oppose me shall quake before the sunken dark.
What does that mean? That's what that means. Okay. Noted.
Void's power is mine to wield. Perish. Be still.
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
Accept your downfall.
That's what that does? Oh, oh.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you? The void consumes. Naught will endure. Neither past nor future. Only one such remains.
Oh, I don't have any more charges.
I breathe
The underlings are no more. Now to deal with NOO.
Life and death rendered meaningless.
Okay, you gotta go get the cast. Okay.
Light, protect us.
I will not yield my domain! Such is the power of the Void. Behold the truth of this world! Accept your downfall. The truth of this world! Accept your downfall.
Ooh, okay. Also, let me lower this because I realized how
They
loud this
must be sealed away.
to a bunny crystal. What do you do? Okay. I had no one else to give the commendation to, so I'm just gonna give it to anybody. Funny water boy.
I'm glad you came. We would have struggled to face Enuo alone. I presume you journeyed here to prevent more void scent from passing through the gate.
With Enuo defeated, there are none left in this realm who pose a serious threat. I dare say the problem is resolved.
Or so they say.
Nothing comes to mind. Why'd you ask? So the breach wasn't limited to the Void Gate, for better or worse. Precious little has changed in the 13th since Zeromus fell. Have you noticed anything unusual?
I know not the reason events have unfolded this way, but there is, perhaps, an explanation as to why the Void Gate and the fissures opened. Here, in my domain, even the slightest change is keenly felt. When the gate opened, I sensed not the workings of some external force. Rather, it felt as if the barrier between our worlds was weakening naturally, moment by moment, until the two came to meet.
Oh, something, Sephiroth reunion.
And you think this weakening could be happening elsewhere?
'Tis a possibility.
What of Radzatan and Garlemald? Eulus took mercy upon the interloper. Whether Void Scent or Garlean, we all share the same longing for home. Should we meet, I will gladly offer them aid. Please tell Eulus as much. Wait, how exactly did you get here? No mortal could traverse the Void Gate in its current state.
I have inherited the powers of...
I cannot see it.
Woody-doo, as a magic.
nor does it reveal itself to me. Perhaps the path serves only the key bearer.
I just saw it happen live just now that my stream ended itself. Is it my connection? It's likely 100% my connection. I don't see anything. Actually, no, I'm seeing some wonky stuff happening with my internet. Okay, no, I 100% know what might be happening, and I gotta fix that. I gotta 100% fix that. Let me wrap this up, and frankly, probably do the rest of this MSQ. Once it's done, I will wrap up for the day and then try to fix this internet issue, because what the heck. Okay.
So it is not a means to travel freely back and forth. A pity. I would have liked to see my friends again.
Now seems an opportune time to give Zero the parcel you always prepare for her. Oh yeah, her dumplings. Right, the dumplings for delivery. That key of yours intrigues me. Had my former self known of its existence, I might have sought different means to reach the source. Yep, delivery. Let's smell. Food, is it? Ah, I recall Eula speaking of the dumplings his mother used to make. Thank you for the parcel and the fond memories. There's more than enough to share with Goldberries. Now that he foregoes the ether, you others shall appreciate the sustenance. I sometimes wonder what the boy would be like if culinary traditions flourished here once more. Whether it would suffice to break the cycle of mutual consumption, a heartening thought if nothing else. Until our battle earlier, I hadn't called upon darkness in some time. In truth, I found light a better fit these days. Ever since you left, we've been roaming the void in search of individuals who would join our cause. Although we returned to the Red Moon after sensing anyone's presence, rarely do we linger in a single location. However, if the interloper you spoke of does intend to seek me out, it might be wise to return to my domain. Why don't you join us? With any road to defeat, the source should be in no imminent danger. Good. We'll wait for you by the crater. It's been a while since I've traversed this barren world of darkness, so sure, why the heck not? They can wait for me back at the source. Yippee! I presume you remember traveling by Nisrock. Once we reach the surface, the creature will convey us to my domain. It's been a while, Zero, I'm gonna be very honest. There's a teleporter situated between here and the center of the moon. I used it to travel to the surface in days long past, though I seldom had need of once my generals were in place. Igyorn herself crafted the device that I might lay low the servant of light. Ironic that we now use it seeking to restore light to the void. Oh my god! Igyorn! Freaking Asian! Forgive my idle reminiscence. 'Tis time we made our descent. So Igyorm installed that? Here we are. Oh yeah, you're this rock. There are many in this domain who still fear me. I shall remain here to avoid needless provocation. Though it was not always so, many who live here now have chosen to do so because they support the cause. Indeed, if our numbers continue to grow, we may require more territory. Thankfully, we were unable to harness the residual ether from Barbaricia's domain. Those reserves will enable me to expand mine as the need arises. Oh yeah, I forgot Barbaricia had her domain somewhere here. Right, we had best prepare for our potential guest. Join me in my abode when you're ready. How's it been? That must be gold bears. I would gladly consume his ether if I stood the slightest chance of not being gobbled up first. Let's see. Ever since she brought you to this domain, our numbers have swelled. We grow tired of conflict. I waited an eternity for Zeromus to save this world, but my faith was misplaced. In the end, it was Zero who brought us hope. She's the reason I keep coming back here day after day. Are there any other interactable void sent here? Vicious void sent. Well, I appear to have made a complete recovery after ignominy of starving to death. Maybe my fellow void sent here can be trusted. Empty-eyed void sent. Leave me be. Zero is amazing. Truly Golbez is equal in every sense. How are you faring, mortal? I've been training to alter my form just like Zero. I'll be the very essence of beauty. Just you wait and see. Okay. I forgot you guys can do that. Trojan manservant. No longer will I partake of the ether of other beings, not even if I shrivel and starve. Okay, we're seeing changes here, Growth. Were there any other voids sent within this particular area? Nope, not likely. Okay. Let me go back and talk to Zero. I remember her house is this way. I imagine you remember these, the transmitters we used to receive light from the first. Memory serves, they work by channeling excess ether left in the wake of the flood into the Crystal Tower. Using the tower's cross-rift travel capabilities, light is then conveyed onto the 13th and into these devices. I have a mind to use them now, but they'll need to be set in an elevated location. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. Well, okay, I guess we're setting up antennas. You are about to witness getting signal. Alright, so they're going to get their first witness of what would probably be called cable. Satellite. Cable TV. Alright. Set that here. Woo, let's go! Wi-Fi!
Upon activation, these transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friends. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out.
not expect to see you here.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world to how it once was.
Such a thing is possible?
Indeed. Though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try, and try again?
Very well. The slightest ample proof your comrades spoke true. However long it takes to restore our world, you shall have my aid.
And you shall have mine.
Whoopee! It would seem Eulis's intervention has helped forge a new bond. Thank you for bringing word to me. I gather you'll head home sooner rather than later. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I can do here. And let's return to the Red Moon. I'm sure you won't begrudge me a proper farewell. Helmarut, speak to me!
Would you deliver a message to Eulis for me? Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home. And I hope that he is too.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here. The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First. If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
How much simpler it would be to aid one another in our respective fights, were it not for these boundaries between us.
So wait, is the idea that we're going to be breaking boundaries is what's happening?
Safe travels, my friend. We take comfort in the knowledge that you're out there fighting too, wherever you may be.
I'm gonna go to the... What was it? What is it? I'm gonna be going north. I'm gonna be a Viking Zero. That's probably what's like gonna happen.
No luck, I'm afraid. It appears he's not in Mare Lamentorum.
Wait. Is that?
Yes, it's me, Catboy.
God, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
Shortly after you vanished, the Void-Sent incursion abruptly ended. We surmised you had a hand in that, but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either. nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
Eye of Ethos.
While many mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the source.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon?
Oh my god, there she is!
And who might you be? Not her void scent, I'd wager.
Greetings. I am Helmarut of the Asians. We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms? I wish only to talk. Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities. That you should reveal yourself at this juncture. I assume you are the one who bestowed Calyx with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Yes, that is correct.
They just really ragdolled him.
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Calyx. So he succeeded in transferring his memories after all.
Be at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you. You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Helmarut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Aetheris was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients. As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for millennia.
The will of the star is no longer here.
And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more. Yes, it seeks to rejoin with all of its shards.
Unlike the one we Asians attempted to orchestrate, however, the stars rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment. All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole and remade for a new beginning. A complete rebirth.
Final Fantasy VII.
Aetheris will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years past. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before the light of mankind was kindled.
Supposing for a moment we believe you, how can you possibly know all this?
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiac. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course. So many seeds of life have already been lost. Yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come. But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice, when all creation is reunited. When that day comes, every last trace of mankind shall be erased. I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even as he is weak, his is a proud tale in the history of the star. 'Twould be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die, when some might yet survive. Would you not agree?
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the solstice, then thine intent is to preemptively rejoin the worlds.
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections. Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspirations. The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Oh my god, so we still have to deal with the rejoining!
Even if everything you claim is true, what what you've done, Calix. It's unforgivable!
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval. Given your familiarity with other reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the solstice will come, and no one will be left alive. No one. Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
It comes back to after. Xenos! Xenos here, Galvez! And that's where we pick up the Reaper. I'm gonna. Oh, God.
Wait!
Oh my goodness. Though I'm tempted to dismiss a preemptive rejoining as an utterly absurd solution, the words are not to be taken lightly. Trust the ass seems to be plotting something utterly reprehensible. Ascians once labored to resurrect Zodiac and bring back those who rendered up their lives to summon him. For the sake of those who now live, we fought tirelessly to oppose them. If Helmarut doth truly seek a rejoining to avert the solstice, to ensure some survive when others all would perish, then our interests are not so disparate. To think that individuals of Calix's ilk or worse exist on other shards. You'll have to forgive me, I'm still coming to terms with all of it. Helmarut can't be speaking the truth, can she? There you are. One moment you were standing before me and the next you had vanished into thin air. Thanks to you all, the void scent have been eradicated and the gate lies sealed once more. There's been a nary a peep from the crater. Though I can't help but notice none of you seem to share my enthusiasm. Is something wrong? The star seeks to become whole? But that's preposterous! As far as I'm aware, Hydaelyn made no mention of a natural rejoining. I have to consult the records to be certain. But not before thanking you for dispatching the voids and so handily. You well and truly saved the day. Oh. Alphino, now what? The implications of the solstice and the winter's schemes, as well as our approach moving forward, will take time to consider. To that end, I believe we should gather and speak in person. And by we, I mean all our fellow scions. Are we opening up shop again? For a change of pace, why don't we convene at the Rising Stones? I'm sure Tataru and the others would be happy to meet us there. Fine idea. In many ways, our return is long overdue. No doubt we could all use some respite after Garlemald, but I trust there are no objections? To settle then, to the Rising Stones. Looks like we're opening up shop again. Return to the Rising Stones. Why does it feel wider than usual? Like, was there a renovation? There was much more to take care of in Garlemald, even after tending to the wounded. I shall be sure to share a full report with Uchiga. It feels like a lifetime ago I first set foot within these walls, though given we've all experienced a lifetime's worth of triumphs and tribulations in the interim, perhaps that is only natural. 'Tis a pity my stay in Tural came to such an abrupt end. I should like to make arrangements to remain in touch with Shale. Since leaving for Tural, we've been almost constantly on the move. Feels good to put my feet up in familiar stomping grounds. In spite of time's vicissitudes, some things endure. This sanctuary is surely among them. Times like this, the company of friends is all the more precious. Nary a thing has changed since we last gathered here. No doubt Tataru is chiefly responsible for the prevailing state of tidiness. Speaking of whom, she and a great many of our comrades are en route. Let us wait for them a while longer. Alright, Science of the Seventh Dawn, we're back in business, I think.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here. Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only, thereafter we did largely operate independent of one another. All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
Me too, Renge. Just like old times.
Apologies for our delay. We're reporting for duty, as bid.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with. But we're working on it.
Of course it's Estinian.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag. Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
As he always does.
Now, as much as I'd like to savor our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments. Will you apprise us of the details? The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear. Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
In light of the recent Void Sense incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Both the source and the reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do?
I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the solstice?
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar, so it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality. So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to make.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
No more looking to the past. Or maybe.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Ere I forget, Heron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession. After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
Don't worry, you got other mysteries, Y'shtola, that you can unravel. Alright, now we just speak to everybody. This latest development is indeed a shock, but I am heartened to see not a single face clouded with despair. I helped repel the void sent incursion in Lapis Manolus. Fighting off fiend-controlled Galatei is something I won't rush to relive, but it was nonetheless good training. Alternate and I had remained in Corvos to monitor the situation among the Gallians in the quarter of Bosi. Though seldom smooth sailing, in time the region settled and we were able to return. I understand the Gallian community has made great strides in improving relations with other peoples. Hearing that, I feel renewed zeal for resolving the issues in Corvus. And perhaps you'd like to hear more about the Gallians' accomplishments from me and the twins. I might stoke that fire even hotter. Even after discussing the revelations concerning Calyx, there's a great deal to share. It's difficult to know where to begin. Hearing our comrades' tales reminds me of my efforts to master pictomancy. We've all come so far, striven so hard. Aenor and I were training in Gridania when Voidson attacked the Twelveswood. Thankfully, we were able to fend them off with the help of the Twin Adders. When I heard the invasion had already spread across the star, I realized the gravity of the... Okay. Aenor. The brothers are reunited, yet a distance between them persists. How cruel fate is to force me to choose. Clemens. Oh, Aenor. I hoped you'd come to your senses, but I see you're still in the throes of withdrawal. Judging by your guise, Clemens, your studies must have been productive. Indeed, I have more or less mastered the fundamental principles of Shalian astrology. At one point, I considered exploring other healing arts, but decided to persevere with more focused training to better leverage my skills on the battlefield. I don't think I'd be much use on a battlefield these days. I can scarcely hold my bow steady, let alone hit a target. So sorely bereft of brotherly administrations as I am. I knew you still required constant supervision. You two haven't changed in the slightest. It makes me wonder how our colleagues that couldn't join us today are faring. It seems our colleagues have much to catch each other up on. I shall have to brew some tea. Tataru is ever the considerate facilitator. Grateful am I to refrain from weighty discussions and simply converse with old friends. After Renge and I went off on our own, we decided to spend some time exploring Shak Tural. We never had the chance to visit during the Rite of Succession, you see. We journeyed east through Lozenhitta before heading up to the coast to the frigid northern reaches, where they revere a storied beast of the sea. The excursion only served to reinforce just how diverse Tural really is. We also met with the Wallaki. Though we had not the time to study their odds at length, we were privy to several intriguing demonstrations. Would that we could have indulged our curiosity further and traveled to get more distant lands. For better or for worse, pragmatism tempered our wanderlust. Suffice it to say, we still have plenty to see of the continent. We should very much like to return given the chance. Don't worry about me, I'm sure you've plenty to discuss with all these old faces. It was by no means an easy decision, but as the solstice is now our paramount concern, Alize and I have opted to formally withdraw from our efforts in Garlemald. After all, anything we can do to protect our world will also serve to keep the Garleans safe. Euless and his comrades are already working hard towards a brighter future for their own accord. Honestly, I'm more worried about us. It's so difficult to see the path ahead. Hopefully we can get through this and return to Garlemald with our heads held high one day. Indeed. In the meantime, let us prepare a letter for Euless and the community. We mustn't let despair stay our hand. It seems everyone has much more to discuss with one another. Anyway, you're overdue for a proper break. The peace and quiet will help you think. Feel free to make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite. I think that's it for the Patch MSQ. I stare at the moon.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
I detest evenings such as this. Too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential. You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. Our destination is the fourth.
Evercold.
A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
So, the fourth is basically the world of Grand Blue Fantasy. Why tell me where you're going?
I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more. Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway. What Halmarut said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so?
What are you trying to tell me, Calyx?
You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost? I will share with you a truth. We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. just as you and yours decried my actions. I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world. Fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
This is the writing I was waiting for, guys. This is the type of writing I've been waiting for. Oh, we're so back, guys. Shattered stars are doomed to mend. Our turn's the key to winter's end. Alright. Trail to the Heavens. That was the patch. I mean, I think subsequently it wasn't a good thing that my stream kept crashing, specifically on the Twitch multiple times. At the very least, I think I'll just put spoiler alerts on certain parts because it does take up to that portion, and I don't know how many people are going to be watching the VODs on the Twitch, but probably best to just have those split into parts for better or for worse. Alright, but that will be it for today. I will just go offline and work on my internet issues before I stream next time, because it seems like Final Fantasy takes up a lot more of my Wi-Fi than I expected. So, that being said, thank you all for joining me today on Final Fantasy XIV Trail to the Heavens, patch 7.5. If you like what I stream, you like what I do, please leave a follow. If you want to see any of the VODs, they are all saved onto the YouTube. So if you want to do that, I also simul stream to the YouTube, so you can also please subscribe to there if you're watching there preferably. But yeah, otherwise, I will try to stream some more Final Fantasy in between when I can, and weave in some other games when I have time. Otherwise, thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope everyone has a lovely morning, afternoon, evening wherever you are, and I hope to see you again next time. Okay, everybody, it's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye!